Day 31. It's good news. We got take profit on both those trades. Start with the Great British Pound Australian dollar. Large red candle coming against the pound, exactly what we wanted. Did carry on past that, but we took $152.20 from it. 687 off that for the swap, but still very profitable. Nice trade. And then the euro yen, it's triggered as well, the take profit. We were in that bad sell trade right there. Stop loss got triggered, but hey, we've made that money back and more. $147.41, less a 76-cent swap. Very nice on both fronts. And now that means we've got no active trades open. There might be trades out there waiting for us. Let's go find out. Just a note, if we'd taken the New Zealand dollar yen trade instead of the euro yen trade, that one looks like it would have been a take profit too. Just a really weak day for the yen. Even the pound came out on top against the Japanese yen today. Pound looked like it had a pretty poor day on a couple of the previous charts, but nothing compared to the yen. Pound Swiss franc, we'd need to see quite a green candle come. If this high of today had been the close, very likely that would have been an entry signal. Now, even if the MACD flips, might not get across the average. No trade entry signals though, so we'll sit with no trades open. Really happy to take profit on 2 of those trades today though. See what's happening tomorrow. Day 32, no active trades for us. So let's see if there's any entry signals out there. Could see one on the New Zealand Swiss franc in the coming days. Price just about going to get above that average, and the MACD getting towards the 0 line. Pound Swiss franc giving us a very narrow signal, but a signal nonetheless to the buy side. Price is a touch above that moving average, and the MACD is coming above 0. We'll come back to this one if there's no other trades out there. Also a sell signal coming on the Euro New Zealand dollar pair. So now 2 potential trades we've got. No overlap on any of the currency pairs. No other trades out there for us. So let's take these 2. First we'll go for the Great British Pound Swiss franc. Let's have a look at that ATR, the average true range. 92.8 pips, that is the reading. So we'll put our risk on the screen now for that one. Let's buy our way in. And who could forget our stop loss and take profit? 1 times ATR for the stop loss and 1.5 for the take profit. Not too bad looking at all. Definitely got some room there. And our take profit up at the resistance level, not beyond it. So there's a chance we could poke to that. We'll of course keep an eye on that one. But we've got another trade to get into. It's the Euro New Zealand dollar pair. This one's going sell side. Let's grab up the average true range here as well. 124.4 pips. Quite a bit more than the pound Swissy. And so our risk is on the screen. And we'll sell this market. And let's just punch in that information here. That's 124.4 pips. And for the take profit, 186.6. This one does look like there's quite a way to go to the take profit, but both trades have a fair shot, and we'll see how they're getting on when we come back tomorrow. Day 33, let's take a look at our trades. And it's bad news on the pound Swiss franc. We were in a buy trade, price has come red though, and because we got in after a very timid move above the moving average, it's come immediately back below the average. So we've lost our signal there, and we will close off that trade manually now. A loss of $36.49 because we did get 6 cents back on the swap. Not the worst loss, but still not ideal to be in off this signal and then straight back out the day after. Meanwhile, on our sell trade in the Euro New Zealand dollar pair, price has come green a bit. It did head towards the stop loss, but has since rescinded most of that move. Hopefully that can move to profit. No change in the indicators for this currency pair. Let's see if there's any other trade entries out there. The euro sees a green day against the Canadian dollar. It's been a rare sighting over the last few weeks. If we see a big run on price for the Australian dollar against the Canadian dollar, MACD will cross above 0. Maybe we could get above that average. Seems unlikely, but there's no real action on the charts tonight. So we'll just have to come back tomorrow and see if there's any entries then. Didn't look promising. Hopefully this Euro New Zealand dollar trade cracks on southward. Let's see some red. Day 34, and we're actually having some technical difficulties with the broker that we're using for the MACD EMA strategy. Trying to log into them and it's saying service not available. Hopefully that is just a temporary issue which resolves itself. But in the meantime, I've logged on to a different demo broker, and we are looking at the Euro New Zealand dollar chart. We got into a sell trade around about here. At the moment, it wouldn't quite have taken profit, not just yet, but looking really nice. Definitely looking like it could take it. We were down about here for the take profit, I do believe. But certainly thought this one was going to be a stretch, and now it's really pushing off in that direction. Good thing with the issues that we can just let this one run and don't have to manually close it off. Let's have a look at the other charts, see if anything's going on out there. Very almost seeing a signal on the New Zealand dollar Swiss franc pair. Price shot up above the moving average, allowing you to take buy signals, and the MACD also up a lot, but still ever so slightly negative. Currently reading negative 0.000002. That could come. Pound New Zealand dollar coming into that signal as well. One more red day against the pound and the signal will arrive. No new signals for us anyway, so the broker issues aren't immediately affecting the strategy. You never know, maybe it's all fixed within 24 hours. We'll find out then. Day 35, the end of the week is here. Where do we start? First off, our broker does seem to have fixed whatever issues they were having. We are back online, regular service has been resumed. So there was a one-day outage thereabouts for that broker. Don't know what the issue was. Did try and look them up, but I think they're pretty small time. They didn't even have a website. So there we go. The important thing is the issue is fixed. Also, there was an update for MetaTrader, our platform here. You might be able to tell some of the design here. It looks a little bit sleeker, I guess. Good for them. But possibly the best bit of news, our Euro New Zealand dollar trade has taken profit, and it has gone further since then. Pretty impressed by the sell-off against the euro. This is a low for a good while. Haven't seen a low at this stage for quite some time, so wasn't confident that we would be able to get there. But it only took a few days in the end, and we got paid for the experience. 69 cents in the swap, and we took profit of $171.23. That's quite a decent amount of profit because we rounded up the risk. It was there about 0.1254. So getting pretty near to about as big as a roundup as you can. And in this instance, it did pay off for us. So that's that Euro New Zealand dollar trade done. Now up to $5,542.82 in the account. Started at $4,932.29. Currently the strategy is up at $610.53 in 7 weeks. Been pretty lucky for us, and we've got no trades open now. So let's see if we can find some. And it didn't take long. We've got a signal on the New Zealand dollar Swiss franc. When we were selling off the euro, we were going in favor of the New Zealand dollar. And as this one will be against the Swiss franc, it's a pretty similar signal. Still a signal though. See if we've got any other entries out there, or we will be in on this one. The Great British Pound and New Zealand dollar giving a signal as well. It's a sell signal against the pound, so again in favor of the New Zealand dollar. 2 opportunities for us so far. See if there's any more. Just for interest, here's that Euro Japanese Yen chart where we previously had 2 back-to-back trades. If you got in the sell trade originally and you were stubborn about it, look how badly it would be going for you now. It's about 3% difference since then. But we moved with the system, we took it out, and we got into a buy trade right back in. If we were running a trailing stop loss on this trade, it would be going even nicer right now. The push against the yen across all currency pairs is really continuing. No other trade entries available for us. That means we are down to a buy trade on the New Zealand dollar Swiss franc pair or a sell trade on the Great British Pound and New Zealand dollar pair. We are deferring here to our Great British Pound Swiss franc chart, and we are looking specifically who had a stronger day today. And we can see from this green candle here, pretty large green candle as well, found a decent high right up there. It is the Great British Pound which is stronger, and that means we would rather trade against the Swiss franc than we would the Great British Pound. So it can only be the New Zealand dollar Swiss franc trade for us. Let's put up that average true range. And that is giving us a reading of 55.2 pips. 2% risk all the way to that stop loss. So that is our risk calculated on screen now. So let's buy that New Zealand dollar. And now we can set our stop loss at 552 pips. And 1.5 times that number, 828 points to the take profit. That stop loss right at the lower today, so we don't want to see that reverse. The take profit, it is out there a bit. It's certainly going to have to break through this resistance level here and head towards the top right there, this sort of zone. Doesn't have to make it much past there though. It can just probe into there and take profit for us. But that is us in our trade, and we'll be back in 72 hours time after the weekend to check in on how it's going. Pretty strong week for us, 3 winning trades and only 1 losing trade, which we had to shut down for only $36.55. Very positive to see. Let's check out those results in the journal. That's our journal, and things are looking pretty good. Recently, we've hit a set of trades where we've been going from red to green, red to green, red to green, red to green, and the greens should almost always be bigger than the reds. So if we want to go back and forth one for one and get a 50-50 out of it, that's absolutely fine. We will make more from the gains than we will from the losses. The pound Aussie dollar and the euro Japanese yen triggering right at the start of the week. We did have to close off our pound Swiss franc trade here for $36.55 loss. But a big comeback here on the Euro New Zealand dollar, $171.23. Now we're back in on the New Zealand dollar Swiss franc as a buy trade. This was our very first trade that we were in. We took a win then, so I think we could take a win now and try and build up that bank balance even more. 14 trades in 35 days, and very nice to see those gains. We'll be back on the 18th to see how we're doing.